Okay, so I'm just going to put together a portabella mushroom with some asparagus. I shouldn't really make these too small. And I'm just going to quickly stir fry this for a whole meal. And what I have here is I have some leftover quinoa from last night. And so I'm just going to mix that in for a little bit of bulking and kind of like imitation starch. So this here, just have to get this on a little bit higher and get these portabellas cooking in some coconut oil. So in the meantime, I'll get the asparagus ready, and I just break off the ends because that will be for sure your tender point, right? So that you don't have to, you don't want to be using the woody parts. Okay, so you do that while your portabella is cooking, and get your asparagus going here. This is the key, I think, to making 15-minute meals is to do two things at once. That one get a break? Yeah. Okay. And then just even them up with the bottom of your knife here. And, you know, you don't want them too small, but you want kind of bite-sized pieces. So there's your asparagus. And I'm not going to add that until the portabellas get going. Add a little bit of your pepper. And the other key is always, always wash your vegetables before you put them in the fridge. And you know what? That pepper doesn't look very good. I'm going to grab another one. Surprise, surprise. You never know, right? It's always plan B. Okay, let's do this one. Ah, much better. Okay, let's put these over here. Okay, so not going to use a whole lot of pepper. If you love pepper, go for it, but I just like it for color. Not really my very most favorite thing. I do use it a lot for color, though. You know, and it's so hard to find them non-GMO in the winter anyways. You don't really want to be ODing on the peppers. Okay, you can tell these guys are getting nice. Yeah, nice and done. High heat. And I'm going to put the peppers in because I kind of want them a little bit more done than the asparagus. I want the asparagus practically raw. Okay, so just getting that on there. Okay, let that cook on high a little bit more. I'm going to add just a little bit of cayenne. I like things spicy. A little bit of Celtic sea salt. Or, sorry, this one's Himalayan sea salt. Bell pepper. And see how fast that cooks. Doesn't take very long at all. Okay, so while that's happening, I am going to add, I just thought a little teensy little bit of sesame oil would make things interesting. And it's very strong, so you don't want to use too much. And I'm going to add about a teaspoon of maple syrup. Not too much, just about a teaspoon. Okay, so look at that. That looked lovely. That's really coming along there. Okay, so it looks like these guys are softening up, and every time with these lovely pots, these are locally, I think they're locally imported actually, but when you take them off the stove they cool down right away. So okay, I'm going to put the heavier pieces of the asparagus on here. Put that on high. Okay, I'm just going to leave that for a second, and then I'm going to have a sip of water actually while I give that a second. Let that get going. But it really doesn't take that long. When your vegetables are washed and you just grab them out of the fridge and they're already pre-washed. Makes a huge difference. Now see that? Now I don't really want these too cooked, so I'm going to add the rest of the tips here because I took off the hard parts, so they should all be super soft. I'm going to add my quinoa that was left over from last night, and get it all in there. And you can see it makes it really nice. Here, let me stir it up so you can really see what's going on here. And then I would leave that really on high while I got the plates out and set the table. So there you go. You have a very fast asparagus, peppers, portabella mushroom, quinoa, stir-fry dinner within 15 minutes, and it's time to eat. Just set that down, give it another couple minutes while I set the table, and we're done.